A broadband engineer was spat on by a 5G conspiracy theorist. Then he got coronavirus. In UK the attacks on network workers are getting more frequent, brazen, and violent. I still don't get it. How fucking stupid do you need to be to think microwaves spontaneously create viruses? Dear UK, throw the book at these cunts and set an example. They're domestic terrorists in many people's opinions. If you intentionally spit on someone, or introduce your bodily fluids onto another person without consent, that should be assault, with more charges if you give them a disease. See. 5G brings the virus. Proof right there. /S. Removed. Honestly. How have we descended to this? 5G conspiracies, flat earth, vaccines are bad. Seriously, how have we moved back to the dark ages? 5G conspiracy theorist moron. I wish conspiracy nuts would just fuck right off. If you think that the world is flat, or Bill Gates is the Antichrist, or Corona is due to 5G, then you are a fucking idiot. If you attack someone because of your delusions, then you need to go to jail or maybe a mental institution to protect society. It should be illegal to be so stupid. The idea that 5G causes COVID is very possibly the most idiotic idea I've ever heard. It's dumber than the idea that Hillary Clinton is a lizard person in a human suit. Has there ever been in history a war where stupid fought against not stupid? Attempted murder, charge the shitbird accordingly and make him pay the medical bills. Up the charge if the guy dies. Also, radio waves don't cause or worsen virus outbreaks. I swear I am ashamed of being the same species as these people. Too many idiots. I say, round them up, put them on a SpaceX Falcon Heavy, launch them into orbit so they can see the Earth isn't flat, then let them burn up on re-entry. How in the ever-loving fuck does this shit even start? At least flat earthers have some historical context for being fucking idiots. If you are wondering how so many people could be that crazy to believe 5G causes coronavirus. There aren't. Yes, initially these masks were destroyed by some nut jobs, but then some opportunists jumped the bandwagon. Landowners. The reason for this is the 2017 Electronic Communications Code. Or more importantly, the powers it grants telecoms operators over private land. See, when the British government asked telecoms operators to roll out 5G, they responded saying it would be too costly and difficult. They'd need 400,000 new 5G masts, and setting that up will come with exorbitant cost, negotiating with landowners and paying the rents. Enter the 2017 Electronic Communications Code. Section 20 of the new code grants telecom operators the right to confer a lease agreement forcing property owners to have masts placed on their land. And the premium to be paid for this lease agreement is valued by what the property is worth as space to rent, discounting its value as a mast site. In most instances, these rooftops have no value commercially, or else they'd be occupied already in some form or another. What that has resulted in is landowners being forced to have masts on their building roofs and being paid in many instances as little as £20 a year. So what is now happening is some disgruntled landowners are arranging for these masts to be destroyed, and everyone thinking it was done by the 5G crazies. Has the world seen this before? Such wide and purposeful misinformation under the guise of conspiracies in order to cause the common man to not trust his own government and the experts? Is this all Russian/Chinese interference? I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the world we're living in. People are so fucking stupid it hurts. If there is anyone on Reddit who believes that 5G towers are spreading the coronavirus, could you please explain to me why you believe that? I don't actually want more violence, but sometimes I feel disappointed there are never any article headlines announcing that conspiracy theorists and far-right nutjobs got assaulted by reasonable people. I wish I was this stupid. I'm stupid enough to be sad about being stupid, but if I was this stupid, I'd be living my best life. Everything would be so simple. Why I poor? Government. How I know? Boss told me. Why I sick? The 5Gs. How I know? Tower standin' there all silent like, gotta be up to no good. But it's also invented by the Chinese and a lab. And it's also a hoax made up by the Democrats/Labor. And it's also just another strain of the flu that Obama made. And it's also invented by Bill Gates and the WHO to make people stay home because they want to take over the world and can't do it if we're stuffing our faces with McDoubles inside the McDonald's. Why NASA bad? 'Cause the Earth flat. How I know? Look over there. Can't see China, can you, stupid? I can't believe people as dumbest as you exist. Why do brain problems exist? Vaccines and scientists. How I know? A few Google results said so. What about my brain, you ask? Nothing is wrong with it, I'm the smartest guy I know. My parents? Well, my mother aunt is named Maribel and my father uncle is named Cletus. That's all there would be to my problems. Modern problems require simple solutions, and if it isn't simple, it's a hoax. And in the rare event that I got bored, just dangle keys in front of me. In all honesty, if a stranger spits on me, they will be lucky if I don't knock them upside their head. I am not a violent person, but I am also unwilling to take lowbrow assault without instant, unthinking retaliation. Sorry, there are only two types of personal attacks that will set me off: a slap/hit to the face and being spit on. Every day. Every single day I wake up and think, nah, they can't get any more stupid. It's impossible. And yet every day the people on this planet prove me wrong. Every day. My idiot roommate thinks 5G is some terrible thing. Also huge Trump supporter. These conservatives are a real threat to society. At what point do we recognize memetic zombies as a real threat? My father-in-law is adamant coronavirus is fake and 5G is the cause. He firmly believes that you can't catch a virus. All respect I had for him is gone. It's dangerous paranoid insanity. He has the nerve to call my wife and I idiots for staying safe. This is why the government doesn't tell people about UFOs. Everybody stop spitting on each other. Like, come on. WTF. I'm starting to believe more and more that certain humans are literally unconscious walking the earth, lol. Easy to see the thought process. 5G wireless, Chinese. Coronavirus, also Chinese. General Tso's chicken, OMG, that is also Chinese. Conclusion: eating General Tso's chicken causes you to become infected with 5G. I do field work for a surveying company all by myself. Today some lady with nice cars and clothes came outside her house while I was collecting control points on the block she lives on. You're not doing anything with 5G around here, are you? I rolled my eyes internally and knew I had something potentially bad on my hands. No, ma'am, I'm a surveyor, just collecting a point with my GPS machine here. Good. You hear the latest? The latest? I asked. This should be good. Yeah. Bill Gates is rounding up all the cows and chickens, is going to destroy them and replace them with fake beans. Where did you hear that? I decided to engage. It's everywhere. She seemed incredulous that I had a question. Just listen to his TED Talks. Right, but what are your sources? I said. Exasperated, she went inside. These people vote. Scary. When is this going to stop being a thing? Like. I can't believe it's a thing. Similar to flat earthers and anti-vaxxers, it's funny when it's just contained in Facebook. But it's literally leaking into the real world now. Do people know the UV light produced by the fucking sun is billions of times more damaging, right? As a telecom technician, this frightens me. It's crazy how people will take someone's opinion on YouTube over industry scholars because there's always gotta be a hidden agenda. I think maybe the 4G has already fried these conspiracy theorist brains. Naveed Qureshi was working on a street in East London when he was lectured on the effects of 5G by a woman. 2 hours she returned with a group that swelled to 15 people swearing at him and calling him a murderer. LMAO, like where do they read these stuff on dangers of 5G? This is just embarrassing.